Vermont looks amazing from the sky, even when you're falling 6,000 feet and screaming at the top of your lungs. I went skydiving for the first time, and believe it or not, it was an amazing experience, and I can't wait to do it again. It sounds cliche, jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. But there are many thrill seekers who are flying up and jumping out.
Just once wasn't enough. It's very addictive.
Vermont Skydiving Adventures in West Addison specializes in the sport. Ole Thompson started the business with his wife 21 years ago, but as you can see from his baby picture, he was born to fly.
Something I always wanted to do as a kid. I probably saw the old TV show Ripcord as a boy, and I remember when I was 18, I looked in the phone book, couldn't find anything, and I was 21 at a bar, and heard people talking about it, so I asked them where they went, and I was there the next weekend, and I was 28 years ago.
Skydiving for me, like many people, has always been on my bucket list, so why not cross it off? Same goes for Outdoor Journal producer Neil Hilt. And although it may not be on your bucket list, and whether you think so or not, you can do it.
It's not for everybody, but in the big picture, everybody can do it. Our Vermont state record's a 92-year-old woman who did it with no problem, so there's really no age limit. You have to be 18 years of age to do it, but on the upper end, there's no age limit.
There are 3 types of training at Vermont Skydiving Adventures. The most popular, and the one we did, was called tandem, where jumpers are harnessed to an instructor.
However, once we leave the airplane, gravity will lift me off, and the only way you're going to know I'm there is hey, I'm here, don't worry, okay?
I'm going to be wearing what is called an altimeter. It's going to sit right on your left wrist. It's kind of like just like looking at a watch. It takes about 20 minutes to climb up to 12,000 feet.
12,000?
12,000.
That's right, jumping out of a plane 12,000 feet in the air. And it only takes 20 minutes of instruction to learn what you need to do to land safely in one piece on the ground. Okay.
When you first leave the airplane, it takes 12 seconds to fall the first 1,000 feet as we accelerate to what is called terminal velocity, which is 120 miles an hour. Once we've reached terminal velocity, it takes only 6 seconds to fall 1,000 feet.
I will say, hey, okay, when I show you that and it says coming on to 6, you may want to go for it at that time.
Oh.
Because you don't realize how fast you're going.
Okay. Ex-Navy SEAL Mitch Cole, who has jumped countless times, was the person leading the charge for me. With my stomach in knots and my nerves in high gear, we all packed into a Cessna 205 and started our journey up, way up. A lot can go through your mind in those 20 minutes it takes to climb to 12,000 feet, so Ole took the lead and talked about the history of the area.
I just find it interesting though with the history of the valley, and it also takes your mind away from what you're about to do.
What does your altimeter say?
We're at 65.
Oh my gosh, we're a little over halfway there.
No matter where your mind is, the moment the door opens, the wind starts screaming, and all you can see is the clouds and the ground below you. Everything becomes real. Neil got the pleasure of jumping first. The second he left the plane, I began screaming. There was no turning back. As we made our way towards the door, I forgot almost everything they taught us in ground school and was doing exactly what they said not to, looking down. Mitch told me to cross my arms. He threw my head back, and the next thing I knew, we were jumping out of the plane. Everything stopped. My screaming, my nerves, possibly my heart.
It's a leap of faith. It's like getting married.
We were free falling at 120 miles per hour. It was during that time the Skydiving Adventures staff photographer met up with us and took us for a spin. Smiling helps keep the muscles in your face from flailing around.
You guys are going to do a little barn dancing up there. Do some dirt do-si-dos.
At around 6,000 feet, Mitch signaled that it was time to pull the ripcord and release the parachute. There was just one problem. I didn't think it was time. In ground school, they said we would free fall for about 50 seconds, but it only felt like 10 seconds. Eventually, Mitch had to take control.
You had trouble getting the ripcord, but I really wanted you to pull for the camera.
Once the parachute was out, our speed slowed down and so did everything else. We floated in the air for an amazing, scenic 8-minute canopy ride.
You got the lake, you got the mountains, you got the whole valley. It's just beautiful.
The quiet ride goes by quickly, and soon it's time to land. Simply picking up your feet and letting your partner do the work.
How was that?
That was incredible.
I thought that once I went skydiving, I'd be happy I did it and never do it again. But I can't wait to get back up in the air and take flight again.
Everybody's different. A lot of people, they do it once and like, oh my God, that was amazing. I want to do that again. Just like yourself.